themes that I was hearing all across the board was issues on affordability, which is not something exclusive to Oshawa or Durham region. This is something going on in society right now. The issue of the affordability of living and housing, the equality gap. That's a big one as well too that figures in there, and that's something that even though tends to get looked at in those big macroeconomic conversations. When we get into politics, it's something that at the doors people are talking about as well too, and saying it's getting harder to get by. Or I have, I have a young adult child, who's living with me now who can't afford to go out and rent on their own or to get a down payment on a house. The housing costs.
It doesn't matter where you live. That issue, all parents. It resonates with all parents.
Absolutely. So,
I mean, my kid's 14, and I think he's never going to be able to afford a house. I'm never going to get rid of it.
Likewise, I have my son is a teenager, and I look at the landscape right now, and I definitely realize that his cohort, him and his friends, they've got a challenge ahead of them for sure.
Yeah, you actually live in the downtown area, so that gives you a unique perspective.
Yeah, and I think that was especially important when I was talking to a lot of people at the doors. One other thing that when you mentioned what were people talking about at the doors, another thing that came up quite often was the downtown. That's sort of a perennial issue in Oshawa, is the downtown, both politically and just as a community, because the vision people want of a downtown is sort of a magnet for entertainment and commerce and dining and just a place to go and spend time with friends and family. And because our downtown has dealt with a lot of ups and downs over the last decades, really, that's a big theme, and people would bring that up a lot. And I think it was helpful to be able to tell people, I actually live downtown Oshawa, and on a very daily basis, I see the dynamic there. I see what the challenges are that we're facing. And to be able to tell someone in a suburban neighborhood who is a caring individual who also wants to see the downtown thrive, to be able to tell them, that person you might have seen when you're driving through the downtown, who's marginalized, who's really struggling, to be able to tell them that it's quite possible I know them by first name, that person you saw downtown when you were driving through. I think that was really helpful. We lose some of the, in our fast-paced society,